A woman expect to be disrespected because of the way that she is dressed? Should she be disrespected because she has no clothes on, because she's coming outside half dressed? Should a woman be disrespected because of the way she is dressed? Let me know what you all think in the comments, guys. Again, a woman, should she be disrespected? Thank you, family. I apologize for the sound issues. Should a woman expect to be disrespected because of what she's wearing? Should she be disrespected because she has on booty shorts? So she just got everything out, showing that the good Lord above blessed her with. Should she be disrespected? Does a man have a right to say vulgar things to a woman because of the way she's dressed? Does a man have the right to touch a woman inappropriately without her consent because of the way that she is dressed? Should that ever be? Is it ever okay? Is it ever okay to say, you know what? Listen, she's showing it all. So why shouldn't I be able to touch her? She's showing it. I'm a man. I'm gonna be able. I'm gonna comment. Should a woman expect to be disrespected because of the way that she's dressed? Should that be the case? Again, we're talking about this because there was a young lady. She's an influencer, and she was out at an event, and she was a young lady, and she was very scantily dressed. You know how a lot of the young people are dressing today. Listen, they needed some of these older ones too, but she had on like a little tube top or whatever, a little top, and her stomach and everything was showing. She had all of that, and then she had on some little booty shorts, and she was in an event, and so there were mostly men. I didn't see any women there, but she got up to leave for whatever reason. And so there was a man that he touched her butt. So she felt like he slapped her butt. But from what I saw in the video that she posted, and this is just what I observed, it didn't seem like first of all, he was drunk. And secondly, I felt like as she was walking away, he reached out to tap her, and he so happened to touch her butt. But I don't think that from the way the video is, it doesn't seem like that was his intention, to touch her butt. But nevertheless, when I looked at the video, and I'm just like, okay, well, first of all, and she was highly upset, as she should be. However, we got to take some accountability. Does a man have a right to touch a woman or disrespect a woman because of the way she's dressed? No, she does not. No, he does not. A woman has the right to dress the way she wants to dress. However, let's be real. It's some accountability that has to take place here. Ladies, we got to understand and know this. Like, for real, let's keep it real. When you wear certain things, we already know. Like, we put things on, and we already know the type of reaction that we're going to get, or we kind of know what to expect based upon what we wear. So if you're going outside, or you're going somewhere, you're going to an event, and you're half dressed, does that give a man the right to say vulgar things to you? No, it does not. Does it give a man a right to touch you inappropriately without your consent? No, it does not. It doesn't give anybody any consent to do any of that, because you can wear what you want to wear. However, let's have some accountability, okay? We're going to have some accountability. We're going to be grown, and we're going to keep it real. Listen, if you go outside showing your okay, listen, men are visual creatures. What are you doing? If you don't want nobody to see your behind, cover your behind. Oh, I should be able to dress however I want to dress, and nobody should be able to touch me or something. You're right. Stay in the house. Stay in the house. If you don't want anybody to look at you funny, stay in the house with all that stuff that's going to cause you to get all this attention? Because I'm gonna say it like this. She's mad. See, I feel like sometimes a lot of women, you get mad because the person that gave you the attention, it was unwanted attention. However, if it would have been the dude that you wanted to give you that attention, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But since you didn't like the person, or the attention came from somebody that you didn't want to give you the attention, now you have a problem. We have to be accountable, ladies. When you wear certain things, you know this. Wear these outfits at your own risk. Wear this sexy ish at your own risk. And it is never, and I do mean never, ever, ever, a good idea to dress like this, dress sexy and look, dress sexy. Some people, look, some of y'all taking it beyond sexy. It's, look, you dressing like hookers and hoes, and then you get mad when people treat you like a hooker or a hoe. You can't be dressing like a hooker and a hoe and then get mad when people treat you like that. Do they have the right to? No, they don't. However, it's like, it's kind of hard to, like, how do you distinguish the women, or women that want to be treated with respect, versus the women that want to be treated like hoes, or women that are out here being hoes? If everybody dressing the same, if you looking like the hoe that's working, and so he coming to you and he approaching you like the hoe that's working, and now you get mad. But how do you get mad for a man that's thinking you a hoe when you showing all the stuff that hoes show? I don't understand. Every woman knows the outfits to put on that's going to get you attention. You know how to dress when you want attention. You know how to dress when you know what, you just chill and you don't want no attention at all. And I'm not saying, listen, there are some beautiful women out here that men are going to just talk to and gravitate to you naturally, just because of you have a beautiful face, beautiful complexion. Something is beautiful about you that men find visually appealing, and you don't even have to be outside advertising anything. I'm not talking about those women. I'm talking about the women that dress like dress sexy, or the hookers and hoes type of clothing. But then when you get disrespected, you want to feel some type of way. Am I saying that people have a right to do that to you? No, I am not. However, what I'm saying is we got to be accountable, and we have to start using wisdom. You have to be wise in everything that you do. And ladies, it will behoove you to understand and accept the fact that if you're wearing certain things, you're going to get attention. So if you don't want a man oogling and ogling over you, then dress appropriately. Stop showing everything that the good Lord above has given you, and stop showing everything. Look, because nowadays the Lord ain't giving you all this stuff that y'all out here showing. Y'all done bought all this stuff, and now you out here showing it. So you go and buy you a big butt to get attention, and now you mad because you getting attention. You don't went and put the little shorts on. Now you mad because somebody's slapping you on your BBL, but you went and bought the BBL so that you can wear the little shorts, or you can wear the tight dress so that you can get some attention. But when it's the wrong attention, now you want to get mad. Make up your mind. Do you have the right to be disrespected? No, nobody has the right to disrespect anything or anyone. But respect yourself. Respect yourself enough to not walk outside looking like a hooker or a hoe and then get mad when they treat you like a hooker or a hoe. You can't, it's like you got to make up your mind. Make up your mind. Again, I am not saying that just because you're dressing a certain way that you deserve to be disrespected. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, understand this. If you dressing like a hooker and you dressing like a hoe, just understand that disrespect comes in that territory. You walking into a disrespectful territory. You're walking into territories that you could get groped on and you don't want nobody touching you. You could get somebody saying something inappropriate to you and you don't want them to say it. But it's all based upon the way that you dress. So the moral of the story is, if you don't want to be disrespected, again, I'm not saying that you should, but let's be honest, this is what's happening. And look, ladies, look, we know what we're doing. We know exactly what we're doing when we put these outfits on. You know that when you look in the mirror, you put these pants on, you be like, ooh, look at my butt like this. My butt looking out. Ooh, look at my boobies. They looking out. Listen, you already know the attention you gonna get when you go outside. You already know it. That's why you put it on. The problem comes from when you're getting that attention from somebody that you don't like. If they giving you bomb energy or whatever type of energy that you're not receptive to, now it's a problem. But if it was a dude with some money that you feeling and you trying to get close to, he can say anything that he want to say to you. He can do anything to you that he want to do to you, because you the outfit that you put on that you want attention from, it got the right attention. But if you put these outfits on and it's getting the wrong attention, that's when women have a problem with it. You have a problem with being touched. You have a problem with being groped on. You have a problem with all these sexy things or vulgar things being said to you because it's coming from somebody that you're not feeling. You ain't feeling whoever's saying this to you, you're not feeling it. But if we're being honest, you wore that outfit for a reason. You wore that whole outfit for a reason. You wore the whole shorts for a reason. You wore the see-through pants for a reason. You wore the whole top for a reason. So can you really get mad when they treat you like a hoe? Because you dress like a hoe. So men are visual. Ladies, we know that. I find it hard. If anybody tells me that, any woman tells me she's not wearing these clothes, I'm wearing this for me. I'm wearing this to feel good about myself. So the only way that you can feel good about yourself is walking outside and having your boobies showing. Is that the only way that you can feel good about yourself? You can only feel good about yourself when you're walking outside and you got all your butt cheeks, everything is showing. That's the only way you can feel good about yourself. If that's the only way you can feel good about yourself, I'm sorry. Like you gotta go talk to somebody. You gotta talk to your mama, your aunties, and them. Let somebody give you a hug. Let somebody talk to you about your self-esteem. Because if dressing in a sexy way or dressing like a hoe, if that's the only way that you feel like that's that's what makes you feel good about yourself, you have to check that stuff. You have to really check yourself. It is not wise, ladies, to dress like this and then go somewhere where there's a lot of alcohol and drinking. I will say this again. You put yourself in grave danger going outside, going to these god doggone clubs and these parties and all of this other stuff, dressed like a hoe, and these men out there drinking, everybody drunk, everybody. Listen, you are putting yourself in harm's way to get hurt. Please, please, please listen to what I'm saying to you. Alcohol and being half naked, it ain't a good look. It's not a good look. Be very mindful when you outside, ladies, half dressed, and you going to these clubs and these parties and men are drunk. Listen, you put yourself in a situation to be hurt or attacked or even worse. Listen, I look, back in the day, look, I can tell you because I understand and I can honestly say this. In going out, when I don't want to be bothered, I dress a certain way. When I want some attention, listen, we got the freakum dress, we got the freakum shirts, we got all of that. Ladies, we know this. And I know what comes with the territory on putting on what outfits. If I put on the whole freakum dress, I already know what to expect when I get outside. So, ladies, we cannot act like we don't understand what we're putting ourselves, what position we're putting ourselves in when we dress a certain way. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying we put ourselves in a certain position based upon the way we dress. Am I saying that men have the right to act off of that? I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, let's keep it a buck. If you dress a certain way, it's a certain level, it's a certain way that a man is going to react to you. You're going to get all of the attention. Some wanted, some unwanted. But you put yourself in that position. Jay, are you saying somebody so you saying that he has the right to talk to me any old type of way because of the way I'm dressed? I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you put yourself in position to have somebody to talk to you that way. I am saying that. Does he have to exercise self-control? Absolutely. But you should be responsible for yourself as well. And you should take some accountability on the dangerous situations that you are putting yourself in. Itself, you are putting yourself in a dangerous situation when you walk outside and you got all your showing and everybody looking. Everybody, listen, they drunk, they touching all on you. Look, what do you think? You know what to expect. Yes, men should be respectful. Yes, they should be. Yes, they should be. A man does not have a right to touch a woman inappropriately just because of the way that she is dressed. He does not. However, if a woman is being accountable and willing to keep it real with herself, listen, we're dressing this way for a reason. Don't put yourself in a situation to find out. See, that's the problem. You putting yourself in a situation to find out. Now, look, now you've become a victim. Did that person have a right to do that to you? Absolutely not. They don't. But it's happening. So how can you prevent it from happening to you? You got to make better decisions. So you just sitting up here victim blaming. I'm not victim blaming. I'm saying you have to be accountable and be aware. You got to know what the risks are. Just like people shouldn't be drinking and driving. You know what you run the risk of having an accident if you drink and you drive. Understand this. You know that you run the risk of being disrespected. You run the risk of being touched inappropriately. You run the risk of a man saying something to you that you don't want him to say to you because of the way that you are dressed. You run the risk. Now you have put yourself in that situation. Should men have self-respect and be able to control themselves? Absolutely. That still does not stop you from putting yourself in a crazy situation where you run the risk of this type of disrespect happening to you. I didn't make the rules. I didn't make this ish up. I didn't fix it this way. What I'm trying to do is help you be safe. Help me help you. Wisdom. It's about being wise and making better decisions. You can sit and point fingers all day and say, oh, I have the right to do this. Yes, you do. Just know for every action, there's a reaction. So when you go outside and you go to these clubs and everybody drunk and you half dressed, just know that you run a high chance of being disrespected. You have a high chance of somebody grabbing you up and touching you without your consent inappropriately. You have a high chance of somebody saying something to you vulgar and disrespectful. You run a risk of that happening to you because of the choice that you made in saying, I can dress how I want to dress. Yes, you can. But just take responsibility and be accountable for the situation that you're putting yourself in. Because you got to ask yourself, how do this man know you ain't no hoe? If you dress like a hoe, how does he know you ain't a hoe? You advertising what hoes advertise. So how does he know you not a hoe? Hoes sell it. Hoes don't mind being touched. That's what they out there for. So how does a man know you not selling it if you dress like somebody that's selling it? How? You're advertising it. You're practically saying, listen, look at what I got. Do you like it? Do you like what you see? Do you like what you see? Look at me. Look at all of this. That's what you're saying when you go outside and you're dressed without any clothes on. That's exactly what you're saying. Look at my butt. Look at my boobies. Look at this. Look at how my hoochie look. Look at how everything you showing everything. But then you get mad when a man say something about what you're showing him. But ma'am, you're showing him. Baby girl, you showing him. You prancing it all around his face. You twerking and showing, you gyrating. You're doing all of these sexy moves. You're doing all of this stuff. But then you get mad when they react. How? Wait a minute. How do you do that? So you out here, you getting these men turned on and riled up. But then in the same, well, don't nobody have no right to talk to me like that. You are absolutely right. But stop putting yourself in a situation where people are going to talk to you like that. Stop putting yourself in that position. That's all I'm saying. A man should exercise self-control. He has no right to, no, he does not. But ma'am, stop putting on the clothes that's saying, look at my booty. Look at how big my booty is. Look at how big my chest is. Look at how my hoochie look. Stop putting on. Look, y'all showing every doggone thing. You showing it all. You're showing it all. But then you get mad when somebody says, let me take that back. You get mad when the wrong person says that to you. You get mad. But if it's a rich person or dude that got some money, he can say it to you. But when it's somebody that you ain't feeling, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's a problem. So now, should the man that said something to you that you wasn't really feeling, should he be held accountable for that in a negative way? When really you are advertising it. You just wasn't advertising to him. We got to do better. We got to do better. We have to do better. Young ladies, you all listen. And she just mad because she, listen, honey, listen, I don't wore the whole clothes. Listen, I can tell you from my own experiences. I have been in places where I was dressed like the hoe that I'm telling y'all be dressing like. Man, a dude poured all this champagne on me. I've had dudes lick liquor off of me. And I'm like, oh my God, like so shocked. But could I really be shocked? No. Look at what I had on. Baby, I had the whole clothes on. You know, that's before my ankles and stuff got bad, y'all. You know, I can't wear them shoes and stuff like that anymore. I just can't. But Listen, I done been out here. I done been grabbed on. Listen, I look in these clubs. You don't know who grabbing and touching. Baby, I done been, look, okay? Up in the club, walking past, done had my boobs grabbed, my butt grabbed, all kinds of stuff. In these goddamn clubs. Because I was dressed like a well, I was dressed like a $5 hoe. Okay. Listen, I'm going to keep it real, okay? Dress like a hoe, you get treated like a hoe. You can't get mad when they treat you like the hoe that you dress like. You can't. You can't. Now listen, you all, I done gave up my whole ways, okay? I try to dress right because I'm tired now. I don't have time. I don't care about these whole outfits anymore because guess what? I have been there and I can safely and comfortably say I've been there and I've done that. But that's why I'm able to have this conversation because I knew when I walked outside, I knew when I put my clothes on, I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew. I was like, oh yeah, they finna be looking all at this big old, because I already knew it. You know how you shaped. You know how you shaped. You know how them got doggone clothes look when you put them on. You know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to happen. So for any woman that say, oh, I don't dress for attention, use a lie. They got clothes in all different sizes. But I can't help how I'm shaped and it show, baby, go up a size. Go up a couple of sizes so you can show you can cover everything. That's how we gonna debunk that. Well, I can't help if I'm shaped like that and everything. Baby, it's some clothes out here to cover every type of shape. You wear that stuff because you want attention and just keep it real. Just say I wear it because I want attention. Do you have the right to be disrespected because the way you're dressed? No, you don't. But understand, if you dress like a hoe, you will be treated like a hoe. And that's just the bottom line. I didn't make the rules. I didn't set this. This is just what it is. You out here turning these men on. You out here going in these places where these men are drunk. They're inebriated. They high. And then something happened to you. Yes, that man will be totally at fault. But if you're going to keep it real with yourself, you would have to say, you know what? I put myself in that situation. How many of you all will say that? Not many, because, oh, he shouldn't have did that. You're right. The dirty bastard should not have done that. But again, if you dress like a hoe, you will be treated like a hoe. If you act like a hoe, you're going to be treated like a hoe. If you out here twerking like a hoe, they going to treat you like that. You can't be out here twerking and wearing these hoe clothes and then you tell these folks you ain't no hoe. Okay? Right. So wait. So you acting like a hoe. You twerking like a hoe. You dressing like a hoe. But then you tell this man you ain't no hoe. I don't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. And why should he? You doing everything that hoes do. You looking like the hoe. But now you don't want him to treat you like a hoe. Well, you don't want this dude to treat you like a hoe. But y'all go up here to these events where these ball players at and they can hold you out up in that VIP section. But when they put you out the VIP section and now the regular dude want to do to you what he saw you letting them do in VIP, now you mad. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. So you put that on because you wanted the attention and you got the attention. You caught the attention of the celebrity. You caught the attention of the ball player, but you also caught the attention of the broke dude. And that's the one you got the problem with. What he touching all on me like that for? He want to do the same thing that the ball player did. Treat you like a hoe. He want to take advantage of the hoe that you exposing. So now he don't get the same treatment because he ain't got no money. He in the broke dude section. What is that? That's being a hoe. And that's what they treating you like. So you get mad because the broke dude treats you like a hoe because you acting like a hoe. But the dude with money, the ball player, he can treat you like a hoe. He can hold you out up in that VIP section because he buying you drinks. But soon as he done with you in VIP, now they send you back out there to the regular, whatever they call it, the general whatever, the general part of the club, general admissions. Now you mad because the dudes in general admissions treating you like the whole that you let the ball players and the VIP people treat you. Now you mad. Now you mad. Does a woman, should she expect to be disrespected because the way that she's dressed? Should she be disrespected? No, she shouldn't be disrespected. But should she expect to be disrespected? She absolutely should. You should expect to be disrespected. You should. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You should. You're dressing like a hoe. They're going to treat you like a hoe. That's just that. Again, I didn't make the rules. You see for yourself. Every weekend you going out and you getting treated like the same hoe that you got treated. Listen, last week you got treated like a hoe because you dressed like a hoe. This weekend you going out getting treated like a hoe because you dressed like one. When you stop dressing like a hoe and acting like a hoe, you'll stop getting treated like a hoe. I'm not saying just because you dress like this that you are a hoe. I'm not saying it. Not calling no women no hoes, except for the hoes that know they hoes. But what I'm saying is, if you dress like a hoe, you will be treated like a hoe. If you act like a hoe, you will be treated like a hoe. That's all I'm saying. Again, am I saying that, oh, well, because you go outside and you choose to show your butt and you should choose to show everything that the good Lord gave you, you a hoe? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I didn't say that. I'm saying you run the risk of being treated like a hoe, because if you dress them like a hoe, how does a man know that you're not a hoe? When you dressing like a hoe, you advertising all the services and all the goods that the hoes advertise. So how does he distinguish a good woman, a woman that's not a hoe? How does he know that you're not? How does he know you're not? He can't tell that based upon the way that you're dressed. He can't tell. He can't tell. He doesn't know that you're not a hoe. You dressing like one, you twerking like one, you sounding like one, you acting like one, but then you act like one. And I can show that. I can be biased on, I can totally see it. This is not a blame men session. This is not a blame women. I'm saying you gotta be, ladies, you gotta use wisdom. And that's what's missing from today's society. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. What that's the part. People think that I'm grown, I can dress how I want to. They sell this. Doesn't mean you should do it. Use wisdom. Use common sense. Now they told me y'all common sense ain't so common no more. But ladies, especially my younger ladies, sweet, listen. They said I'm an auntie now, so I accept that. I accept my auntie title. Please be careful out here. Please be careful, because you all listen, there's so many beautiful young ladies out here. You all are so gorgeous, nieces. You all are so gorgeous. You all are. And it just breaks my heart that that's all y'all see is your butt and your breast. That's the only value that you see in yourself. But I see something greater in you. Whatever it is that happened to you in your childhood that caused you to need this type of validation, I'm going to say I'm sorry to you on behalf of whoever hurt you. I'm sorry that your village failed you. I'm sorry that society is telling you you have to dress like a hoe and act like a hoe in order for somebody to value you and see you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's the society, that's what we live in. I'm sorry. But I want to tell you, my little nieces, my aunties, my sisters, my cousins, I want to tell you, you don't have to do that. When you look in the mirror, you should love you for you. You shouldn't have to go outside and find that pick me up. If you don't leave the house with your self esteem on point and you already feeling like you can conquer the world and you got all your clothes on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've been made to feel that you got to show everything that God gave you in order to feel loved, in order to feel like somebody see you. Niece, I see you. Auntie, I see you. Sis, I see you. Rock out. Listen, rock out. You don't need to dress like that. You don't need to dress like that. If that's something you choose to do, again, I get it. I understand. But just know this, you're putting yourself in harm's way. You really are. This is not coming from, oh, she hating, honey. I'm a lot of things, but a hater, I'm not. A hater, I'm not, because I got just what you got. If I want to look, if I want attention, I know how to sit up here and listen. I have bada bing and bada bang. If I wanted attention, I know how to put them out there so it can, I ain't even on that. If you ain't trying to hear what I'm saying, then this it's okay. This message ain't for you. I know what to do. If I wanted people to know me for my butt or twerking, I can do it. Now, listen, my knees ain't that good, but I can do it. I can show that. But why? That's not what I'm here for. I'm not. And I want to show you that you don't have to be there either. We are living in some dangerous, crazy times. We really are. Ladies, if you gonna dress like this, please use wisdom. Please be careful in these environments where there's heavy alcohol consumption. Be very, very careful. Folks slipping stuff in your drinks. You sitting up here out there on the floor twerking and you accepting these drinks from these guys, and you come back and they been slipped you something, took you somewhere and did God knows what to you. Now you're full of regret. You wish you woulda, shoulda, coulda, did all. But if you under the sound of my voice, you have a chance to save yourself from being in those type of situations. Should this happen to you? Absolutely not. But we must be honest. It is happening. It is happening. So you have to protect yourself so that it doesn't happen to you. Mothers, teach your daughters. Fathers, teach your daughters. Aunties, teach your nieces. Listen, we have to stop sitting back watching these young folks do this to themselves and nobody want to say anything. Look at her. She just oh my gosh, she just a hoe. Why she listen, I see somebody that I know, like, now why you got that on? Why you got this whole outfit on? You know, and I know they don't like whatever, but I'm gonna tell you, because I would rather tell you so that you don't get hurt. I would rather have you be mad at me and something happens and prevent something from happening to you. I'm like, you're not going with me with this whole stuff. I'm like, listen, you got all this hanging out. Everything is hanging out. What's wrong with you? Where you going looking like that? Go back in the house. Fellas, if you are with a woman, woo, and she's still dressing, she got them whole clothes on, and you are going out and you ask her to change clothes and she don't want to take that whole gear off, dump her immediately. Dump her immediately. You mean to tell me you got a whole mister over here and you still dressing like a hoe? And for the my husband like when I dress sexy. No, he just tired of you running your mouth when he tell you to take them clothes off and put something else on. He tired of going back and forth with you. So now he stopped saying something because he tired of going back and forth with you. I don't believe most men don't want they woman outside, got everything that he getting, you showing the whole world. You showing the whole world your kitty litter, you showing them your booty, you showing them everything. Everything. And you married. You still out here, you good and married, and you still out here. People don't know if you the hoe or a wife. You a whole wife, and you sitting out here still getting mistaken for a hoe. What kind of nonsense? This man, if you gonna be a hoe, that's fine. Be a hoe for your husband. Be a hoe indoors, but stop disrespecting these men. Your husband, your fiance, if you in a steady relationship, why are you disrespecting these men like that? But now I'm hating. Now she hating. It's always a pick me. I don't give a crap. Look, pick yourself. You don't want to put yourself in these crazy situations. Again, I've been there, done that. I'm good on it. I'm good on it. I got snatched up one time, too many on the dance floor. I know how I feel to have strangers' hands all, and it's not a good feeling. You in an environment, you in a club because you dressed like a hoe, so now they treating you like a hoe, and you don't know who hands all over you. What kind of foolishness? You walking through the club, it's crowded, and as you walking past, people touching this, grabbing it, grabbing that. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Who you gonna blame? You don't know who did it. You just walking through the crowd, trying to get around, and you just get, oh yeah, the music is playing, and as you walking through, this person grabbing you here, this person grabbing you there, this person grabbing this. Oh, but we gonna say he shouldn't have did that. You right, he shouldn't have. But should you have put yourself in that position? Should you have walked into the lion's den? No, you should not have. We have to do better. Does a woman deserve to be disrespected because the way she's dressed? No, she does not. But again, you cannot be out here dressed like a hoe, looking like a hoe, acting like a hoe, moving like a hoe, but then don't expect it to get treated like a hoe. Always know this. If you look like a hoe, dress like a hoe, twerk like a hoe, act like a hoe, don't be surprised when they treat you like a hoe. Plain and simple. Ladies, we got to do better. We got to do better. You got to protect yourselves. Again, I'm not saying that a man has a right to do anything to you, to touch you, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you have a right to protect yourself. And that starts with the way that you dress and the way that you carry yourself. You have to be responsible for you. You take care of you. You put yourself first. Protect yourself. Don't put yourself in these crazy positions because it's so much going on. Does he have a right to touch you? Absolutely not. Do people have the right to say vulgar things to you? No, they do not. Do they have the right to touch you? No, they do not. Stop putting yourself in position to have those things happen to you. That's where we have to do. We have to walk and live in wisdom. We have to. It's imperative because it's dangerous out here, you all. Talk to your young ladies, talk to your daughters, talk to your sisters. Listen, you got to even talk to your grandmama nowadays. But ladies, please Take care of yourselves. Whatever it is that's causing you to dress like that and act like that, you may want to talk to somebody about that. This ain't a pick me message. This is a we must do better because it's too much stuff happening out here. That's what this is. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe this holiday. Until that next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Have a good one, you guys. Thank you.